I'm Nehemiah Barney with the Revive Center. Welcome to our Cook with a Chef video series. For the past year, the Revive Center has been able to highlight many of our African American chefs right here in our center. And now with this video series, those chefs will be able to bring you recipes and cooking tips directly to you through these videos. Our celebrity chef for this video is Chef Kimbler Harold. We've had the wonderful opportunity of working with Chef Kimbler, and now he's going to be able to share his expertise with you through this video. Chef Kimbler is an ambassador and graduate of Metro Community College. He's received numerous awards and recognitions throughout his career, his 20-plus year career. So welcome to our video series, Cook with a Chef.
Hello, my name is Chef Kimbler. I'm a chef in the local Omaha area, and today what we'll be preparing is a blackened chicken, and it's going to have a dirty rice. Now, this isn't the traditional dirty rice. This isn't the dirty rice you'll see back in Louisiana or how it's supposed to be. It's my version of dirty rice. And then we also have steamed green beans that's going to be served with that, and that's what we'll be making this evening. First, what we're going to do is make the brine, and the ingredients for the brine, the chicken brine, is going to be 2 cups of regular tap water, preferably cold. It's going to be 2 tablespoons of pickle juice, and it's going to be 1 tablespoon of salt. First, you're going to pound out the chicken breasts. You want to flatten them on a cutting board, put some plastic over them, and just pound them a little bit, just enough to flatten them a little bit and allow the skin of the meat to break open just a bit so that the brine can get inside the chicken. If you have a 2-hour time frame, you want to brine the chicken for at least 2 hours. A little bit longer is okay, but don't brine the chicken over 24 hours because it'll be too salty. For your blackening seasoning, you want half a teaspoon of paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. You want 1 tablespoon of ground cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. You're going to take the brine chicken breasts and strain the water off of them. You may need to pat them down with a dry paper towel. Then you're going to dip the chicken into the seasoning, preferably on one side. You're going to, in a medium-sized skillet, get the skillet good and hot. If you're not sure if it's hot, fleck a little bit of water on it. If it's sizzled, then it's ready. Put 2 tablespoons of olive oil or cooking oil inside the pan. Let it swirl around the pan. Then you're going to gently lay those 2 chicken breasts inside the pan, seasoned side down, and you're going to cook for 1.5 minutes and just allow the blackened to blacken on the chicken. You might move the chicken a little bit because there's going to be a hot spot on your pan. Just make sure you know where it's at. Then you're going to flip the chicken over and let it cook for another 2 minutes, and then you can finish it in the oven at 350 degrees for 10 more minutes. The done product will be 160 at temperature. You need to at least get your chicken to 160 temperature for complete doneness of chicken breasts. Next, my version of dirty rice. The ingredients are as follows: 1 16-ounce bag of rice, or half of a 2-pound bag of rice, 1 pound of hamburger, 1 can of strained black beans, 1 cup of tomato juice, or tomato sauce is fine, 2 cups of beef or chicken broth, 1 can of black beans, 1 medium onion diced, 1 small diced medium carrot, 1 small diced rib of celery, 1 diced green pepper, small diced green pepper, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of cumin, and 1/2 tablespoon of salt. In a large skillet, you want to take your 1 pound of hamburger meat and get the skillet pretty hot, or at least medium heat. On medium, set your temperature on medium on your oven, and place your hamburger in the pan. Make sure there's a sizzle. Go ahead and let it brown, stir it, and chop it up at the same time. If you need to add a little bit of water, go ahead and add like 1/3 of a cup or 1/2 cup of water and let it reduce so that it's easier for you to cook your hamburger without burning it. and then you're going to strain off the water and the grease that is on the hamburger after it's all cooked and chopped up. Strain off the water and the oil and just set it aside before you're ready to start your dirty rice. For the dirty rice, you're going to get your onions and you're going to get a skillet, a medium-sized skillet. You're going to saute those onions in 2 tablespoons of oil and allow the onions to get to caramelization state, meaning they're going to be browning a little bit, not too hard, not too heavy. You want to make sure you have your gas or electric oven on medium heat. You're going to saute those onions till they get a brown color on them. It's not burnt. You're just caramelizing the onions because the onions have natural sugar in them. Once the onions are tender and they got a good glaze of caramelization over them, you're going to add the other vegetables and you're going to saute those for 1 more minute. Then you're going to take your hamburger that you cooked off already and you're going to put it inside that skillet. Then you're going to add your chicken broth or your beef broth, and you're going to let that simmer and stir at the same time. You're just going to let all those flavors kind of cook in together and melt together. You're going to add your tomato juice, and then you're going to add your seasonings. Now, when you start to finish cooking the rice, it's going to start sticking to the bottom. You want to use a flat spatula or something that you can use to scrape up the food flavor off of the bottom of the pan, making sure not to let it burn. If you feel like it's on too high of a temperature, go ahead and turn it down or just add the broth and finish it in the oven. But you need to make sure all the ingredients are stirred together, and then that'll be your finished product. I hope you were able to enjoy cooking and tasting and dining on my versions of Cajun chicken, Cajun blackened chicken, and dirty rice. Enjoy.